That's pretty cool, right? Man, Tunnel Hill. So, little kind of recap on Tunnel Hill 100. I went into this race, Leadville was the target in August that I was going to do that. We had the unfortunate incident where I couldn't go. My son got sick. So leading up into that, I probably had 3 or 4 weeks of really low volume training. I didn't train very much. I was dealing with injuries. I just felt like I was in total pain and total wreck. I was just gonna try to get through Leadville. When that came up, I basically have spent the last 3 months not really running at all. Some days as low as 2 miles. I run one day on Project Rise Day on Thursdays, which I probably get like 2 miles kind of running around the course. So I haven't been running very much. 2 weeks ago, I did a 40-mile day split between double days where I did like 2 days where I did like one early morning workout, one late workout, like 2 or 3 miles. Mostly treadmill, mostly super slow, like 12, 14 miles. Did minute miles, did some pole hiking, did stuff like that. So really going into this, I had no expectations, which was awesome kind of too. Like the kind of whole goal of this was what if I could do it, and no ego. Like just don't have ego, because you're gonna get passed, and I did, by a ton of people that weren't looking very fit, right? So, and which is great, and that's the beautiful thing about ultra too. So going into the race, I didn't know what was gonna happen, and honestly, I didn't really care. I just wanted to be back in the ultra scene, just loving life. So showed up that morning, really not, just happy. Like got to the line, like I was just like in my good mood. I was just like, I loved it, smiling. Saw all my friends there, Eric Hoagland, who ended up crushing a 50. Saw David Eckhart, Trucker Steve, Kevin. Then I saw Scott, and it was just cool to see Scott because he's so fast and just like so happy, and watching, and my kids were there, and my wife and friends. Matt and his wife Hillary came and to crew, and just seeing everybody at the start line ready for this grand adventure. Steve Durbin does an awesome job at Tunnel Hill. So, going into the race, I had no expectations. So when we started out on a little out and back 13 miles, I was happy to get there, and then saw Josh Elliott at the thing, and fill my bottles. It was super cool. And then on the way back, I was happy to get 26 miles in. Like I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, and I felt great. Like I had a little bit of some downs, just like normal stuff, but my body didn't feel bad. I was using poles, and talking to people on the course was super neat. Listen to their their races, and just kind of cruising along, enjoying the beautiful weather and leaves, and got to the midpoint, headed out for the back 12 out and back for 24 to get the 50, and still felt pretty good. Picked up Steve at that time, where we started running together, and was heading back out to the next turnaround. Still feeling really good. Got to the end, felt good. I felt like I was eating well. I wasn't taking salts. I usually take bay salt, and I had somehow misplaced it. I couldn't find it, but I just figured that I would get something else on the course. So when I heading back in, came back to the last aid, Matt started running with us. So we had roughly 10 miles back in, just kind of cruised in, just into 50, just having fun. Saw some of the, saw some people on that going out, and so it just was going really well. I remember coming into the last aid station before the Vienna. It's 2.5 miles, 2.8 miles out, and just thinking to myself, I told Matt, I looked at him, I go, thank you for being here. I feel incredible. Like I just feel incredible. It just feels so good. So we get to the halfway point. I wanted to be there around 12 hours. We got there at around 11:35, which was perfect. Nice and easy. I just wanted to be nice and easy to give it a pace. We picked up Mike Abundant, who was going to pace me, and we had Matt and Steve. We had this big group of 4. I was like, this is going to be good. The going out is going to be really good. It's very runnable. And I made my first mistake. First, I didn't put warm clothes on. I hadn't been taking any salt in. I felt okay. I hadn't probably been drinking enough, but I didn't put any clothes on because I had been warm. We had been running, and I had been warm, so I just had a base layer and shorts and a light buff on, and it was getting cold. And when I went out, it turned south really fast. So about 3 or 4 miles in, into this 10-mile stretch, it just started going bad. Started getting really sick, really wobbly side to side. So then I started throwing up a lot. And Mike, super smart guy, you know, kind of, we went through the day. Like, he was like, let's go through the day, what went wrong. Kind of salt. He noticed I hadn't been drinking very much. And basically all my throw up was like all my food from the day. So I wasn't processing anything to the day. So, I mean, it went south from there. A few miles in, finally got to the aid station. It seemed like it took forever. And so my wife, I was just freezing cold, changed clothes, sat down, tried to get going. My legs had just locked up, and at 61 miles, it was probably my day. I called it quits right there. I'm really okay with it. The DNF is never fun, but when I look back on it, like today, I ran 2 miles, and I have been dealing for the last 5 months and then the last 5 years, like incredible Achilles problems. After every run, I can barely do a toe raise. I feel great. It's like I threw up all my pains. And it's not that easy, I know. But I really think this is it. I really think being back in that ultra scene, with no expectation, it like made my soul better. I know that's like corny, but like that's who I am. I'm just corny. Like, it made me feel at home, like I was gone away struggling, and then I came back home and everybody loved on you. That's what I felt like. Because at every aid station, when you go in smiling, they take care of you. Every people on the course, they were just looking at you, cheering. People I saw, what's up, high-fiving on the course. I just felt like I was back home. And maybe that's what I was missing. Like, maybe that's the ego part of all of this, is that I try to justify me being slower or not competitive anymore with this injury. Like, I used it as a crutch, but in reality, it was more about me accepting that running is more than finishing times. Finishing times are a byproduct of your energy being like inside you, one with that race. You could be fit as can be and have a bat and you'll go down. Like, there's possibilities. You never know what's going to happen. Like, you just don't know. So Tunnel Hill, I mean, I think it saved me in a weird way. A DNF, like, that's what I like. Ran 61 miles, I threw up, I DNF'd, and I love it. Like, it's so amazing. Got to see a world record, 100 miles, Camille Herron. See a bunch of friends just kill it on the course. And you know, I'm ready. I'm back in Leadville next year, and I just feel excited. Scott's already kind of set up a race we're gonna go do some other stuff, kind of mess with the training. I'm just really pumped about this whole thing. It's kind of long, I know, but I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, so belt buckles are cool, but running's cooler. All right, we'll see you guys.